Hello again, everybody. This vlog is the part 2 of my Black Friday haul videos, and today I'm going to be talking about the knitting patterns that I purchased. And I definitely purchased more knitting patterns than sewing patterns. There were so many different people that were having sales, designers that I've been following for a long time, or new discoveries. There were some new designs that came out and I just couldn't resist it. So let's go ahead and dive in, because I believe I've got 11 or 12 patterns to talk about. The first ones we're going to talk about is a couple of designs by Caitlan Hunter of Boyland Knitworks. I believe that's what it is. I just said it so confidently and then I second-guessed myself. But the first one that I purchased is the Birkin sweater, which is a pattern design that I have wanted for a very, very long time. It is so beautiful. It is so simple, and it's just a very basic sweater style with just some very subtle, beautiful color work right around the yoke area. And I've seen several different versions of it. I've wanted it for a very long time, and so I caved. I was like, now is the time. There's a sale. This is it. So I snapped that one up. The next one of hers and the other one of her, it's not the next one, it's the other one of hers, I just got 2 of hers, is the Time Trades shawl. And I love this one because it's almost more of a rectangular shawl, and it's got just like that specific wavy stitch pattern in it that I really, really love. It is very common in like the traditional Scottish hat shawls. I don't remember off the top of my head the name for that stitch, but it's like old shell or something like that. I don't remember because I've looked at it before, but I really love it. And this particular pattern, it's just full of it and I love it. It's got the different colors and whatnot, so I can use up stash yarns. I'm very excited about that one because one of my main concerns with doing traditional shawls, like triangular shawls, is a lot of times they'll have the very narrow, like thin points, and I don't feel like there's enough of the shawl to really like snuggle up in. It just thins out too much at all the different points. I'm really curious to try out a couple of the more rectangular shaped shawls. So we'll see. We'll see how I like this one. But that is one that I am hoping to cast on soon-ish. I currently have a shawl on my needles, so I want to get that one done before I start a new one. But stay tuned. The next one that I purchased is by This Bird Knits, or Annie. And oh, and by the way, I will link all of the designers and their Instagrams and the individual patterns down below. This one was definitely on a whim. And I don't know if it was technically part of the Black Friday sales because the pattern was just released. But I saw it and I was just like, it is so, so, so pretty. And it's called Tweedy Dip. And guys, like the stitch patterning on there, the yarn that she used, I saw it and I fell in love with it, and in like 2 seconds I had purchased it. I was just like, this is stunning. I am so buying this. Even if I can't knit it anytime soon, like, I bought it. And it is gorgeous and I cannot wait. It just, I don't know, there was just everything about it. I saw it and it was like, this is something that I would wear so much. It looks like something that I would love knitting. I love it. It is so, so beautiful. So you should definitely check it out. The next ones, there's actually 3 by this designer, and I'm very likely going to mispronounce her last name. Terribly sorry. Jennifer Steingass? I'm not sure. She designs a boatload of beautiful like colorwork style patterns. I've followed her off and on for quite some time, and then she was having her sale and I was like, okay, I've kind of wanted some of her patterns for a while now. Let's go look and see and get a few. So the first one is Forestland, and it is just this beautiful, again, all of these are colorwork sweaters, so there will probably be things that I will knit a little bit further down the road. I got Forestland, and then I got Hinterland and Dark Water. And of the ones that she had up there, these were like my favorites. They're all different styles of color work. The colors of some of them are stunning. I very much liked them. And so I went ahead and bought 3 of them, and at some point probably I would start with something like Forestland, because again it has a much more simple color work, kind of like the Birkin sweater by Caitlan Hunter, that it's a very classic sweater design with just this almost very striking color work that doesn't look too complicated. The next designer I purchased from is Summer of Summer Lee Design Co. And you should go follow her Instagram because she is bubbly and fun, and she uses some of the most beautiful bright colors, and it's really fun to follow along with her, you know, creative, crafty pattern designing journey. And I have been following her not too long now, because I just recently discovered her, and I've already fallen in love with several of her sock patterns. So when she had her sale, I picked up a couple. So the first one is the Little Black Socks pattern, and I love this one because it's really quite simple and classic, and it's just got this beautiful cabling on it. Like, that's it, like just a very simple, beautiful cable design on it. And I'm very excited about it because I want to do a couple more socks with just a little bit of patterning on them, but not too much. I'm hoping, I have a pair of socks on the needles right now, but I'm hoping that once that one's done, to cast on one of either these or the patterns I got by the next designer, but we'll talk about those in a second. So I got the Little Black Socks, and then I got the Mermaid Avenue socks, and these are just, the stitch pattern looks so cool. Like, I am very intrigued to open up this pattern and see what the stitch is because it looks fun and like pretty easy to memorize, but it looks so interesting. So of those two, like, those are gonna definitely be happening sooner rather than later. The next one is Olivia of This Handmade Life, and I'm gonna start this off by saying Olivia is just fantastic. She designs a bunch of different sock patterns, and she has a whole bunch of them on her Ravelry pattern store that are there just for free. They're just a bunch of free patterned sock designs, and some of them are just really gorgeous. I mean, they all look really good, but some of them are just, oh, they're really pretty. And then she also has a few patterns that are just, I don't know, for sale, you know, but they're only like $2 or $3 a piece, which is insane. Like, that is incredibly inexpensive for a knitting pattern. I got 3 patterns from her. The first one is the Kindred Spirit Socks, which is part of her Anne of Green Gables inspired design collection. I also just recently purchased the other one. I'm blanking on the name right now, but I believe it was another one that was inspired by Anne of Green Gables, and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, like it has these cables on it, and I've realized that I am a sucker for cabled sock patterns because a lot of time with lace sock patterns it bothers me because the airflow. It's like you walk and you can feel the air like just pumping into your sock, and that just, I'm not saying I won't knit lace socks, but I have realized that cable socks are like, because they've got that pattern on them without a bunch of big holes in them. I got Kindred Spirits, and then I got the Winterberry Socks, which are just, they're so cute. They've got these little baubles all down the front of it, and she's knit it. The sample is knit in this stunning red yarn. Like, it is so pretty. So I grabbed those, and then the last one is actually a shawl, and it's Under the Willow Shawl. And this one again had that old shale or whatever pattern it's called in it, and I love that. I love that so much, and I love how it looks. I'm a little bit of a sucker for that pattern, for that particular stitch design. So I saw that and I was like, okay, I will knit you eventually once I finish the shawl on my needles and, you know, add you to the queue of shawls that I want. Those are all the ones that I specifically purchased with the Black Friday sales, but I did want to mention one more because I did purchase it right around Black Friday weekend, or Thanksgiving weekend actually, just that whole time period. And they're the Skog Fingerless Mitts by Claire Walls of Flossy Knits. And I grabbed these, she was having like an introductory sale because she just recently was able to self-published them. They were in a magazine publication like a year or so ago, and she just recently was able to actually start independently selling it. It's just a very basic, simple fingerless mitt pattern, and I really liked it because I actually quite need a pair of fingerless mitts, because then I can wear them at work and whatnot, because my hands in the wintertime get so cold, like so cold, but I use my fingers too much to want to wear gloves all the time. So I grabbed this pattern because at some point very soon here I need to cast those on and make myself a pair of fingerless mitts. So we'll see. I'm very happy with the patterns that I did purchase, and I really highly encourage you to go check out the different designers. They're all phenomenal and so inspiring. Like, I follow most of them on Instagram. They're very inspiring, in case you didn't catch that the first time I said it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. I've got a little bit of relaxing and knitting I want to do. I will see you all on the next one.